friends, it's Reverend Laurie with Unity of Ocala for this week's Love Notes on Wednesday, June 30th. It is the final day of June already. I cannot believe that this month went so fast. We have been having these wonderful discussions on Sunday after our sacred gatherings that we hold at 10 o'clock. We've been coming back together for a revised version of our big full services, and it's gone over very well. It's a time of prayer and meditation, of going within and learning a lesson and how to apply those lessons to everyday life. So it's been a great time, and I wanted to get everybody else involved in the discussion. So we started having these unity discussions through the month of June, and they've gone very well. It's been a time of reconnecting and getting to know each other. We've got new folks coming and doing a check-in to see how are you guys doing. It's been a long year. So it's been a great time for all. The discussion starts right after service at about 11 o'clock and lasts for an hour. And we've just been having gatherings and chatting and checking up. But last Sunday, we talked a little more concretely about how we want these discussions to organically grow. And so I asked folks, what would you like to learn? They've shared with me what they love about Unity, why they keep coming back, how they found us. So we're gathering all of that information. But certain themes keep coming up that they want to learn much more about prayer and meditation, prosperity and abundance manifestation, and of course, the biblical work in metaphysics, metaphysical interpretation of the Bible, and Unity Bible study, and using all those great Bible tools that we have access to. So we're going to begin our journey with specific topics as we move through the rest of the summer. And some of the discussion focused on what other things we can do. And it really got exciting about what we're planning. And you'll hear more about some of these things that folks have already invested their time and energy in. We are putting together an evening, a regular evening. I'll let you know how frequently and when that will be as we get closer, of music and meditation. Doesn't that sound great? Bruce is helping with that. He's got fabulous tickling ivory. He is a wonderful musician and photographer. And he is joining up with Tanya, our Myrtle of Unity of Ocala, and they will be doing an evening of music and meditation. And I can't wait to see how that goes. And we're also planning a time people were wanting to gather together, maybe on a quarterly basis, to sit down and break bread and have a specific unity theme in mind about a specific topic pertinent to Unity spiritual teachings, and just have a time of dinner, a potluck, to share these ideas, these Unity teachings, and get to know each other a little more. What I'm learning as we let this ministry organically evolve into what God intends for it to be, that right now we're really hungry to communicate with each other, to connect with each other, to celebrate each other. I'm calling those the 3 C's of this summer experience: communicating and just really celebrating God's presence and being community again, connecting with each other. So it's going to be a great summer. We're going to learn lots about each other. June was just about open discussion about how we're doing, the new equipment, how it's working, how it's not working very well in some instances, what happens with this. Jean gave us such an interesting look at technology and copyright on certain songs we can and can't use, certain videos. It can get very complex. So we all got a great lesson in that moving forward. And then we're going to move into July, starting Sunday with our open discussions. We're going to start talking about Unity, the story of Unity, from its humble prayer beginnings, that little group of prayer chaplains that were personally trained by Myrtle Fillmore based on her healing techniques, her meditation and her prayer techniques. And then as she and Charles began to take these extraordinary metaphysical courses, these spiritual courses from the Divinity School out east by Emma Curtis Hopkins and other great teachers right out of the transcendental movement, and their background and what they were learning, what was pouring through them, what they were creating just began to blossom. And this little prayer group became Silent Unity, which now serves millions and millions of people around the globe. And from those humble beginnings grew this powerful spiritual movement that has a global presence and growing, and partnering with other progressive spiritual movements ready to gather together, to connect with each other, to support each other in creating a world that works for everybody, that works and is big enough for all religions and for all people and for all of God's creatures. So we're going back to the roots. We're going back to the foundation. We're going to learn from that deep well which sprang the unity movement and keeps it springing forth. And so I'm going to share with you this beautiful little thought of Myrtle's in her book, Myrtle Fillmore's Healing Letters. These are the answers to the millions of letters that she got over the course of her ministry, and people reaching out to her, wondering about all sorts of things that she could guide them through. And leaning on God's wisdom, she shared with them some extraordinary lessons and teachings. And this is just a little snippet of what's to come this summer. Myrtle writes, when we seek God for God's self, all our temporal as well as spiritual needs are supplied. Everything. The providing law will always work for us when we work with it. Through wisdom is a house built, and by understanding it is established, and by knowledge are the chambers filled with all precious and pleasant riches. We're starting with Myrtle next Sunday. I hope you can join us. Have a blessed week as we move into the beautiful month of July. I love you. God loves you. We will see you on Sunday at 10 o'clock for our Sunday sacred gatherings and a time of sharing afterwards. Bye-bye.